So good morning and welcome back to another long run video, and this is the section called Long Run ASMR. And the reason it's called that is because it's quite early in the morning, although it's not really, but everyone else might be sleeping, so I'm just going to talk a little bit quieter. Now, today signals 10 weeks left, so this is the end of week 2 of the 12-week block, and this week I've been on holiday, so I'm not coming back to anything spectacular. Today we're going for quality over quantity, so volume is going to be down on this long run. I think it would be a little bit crazy for me to come back from a week away where I've done one run. I did a run on Monday and Wednesday, and then to go out and blast a 2-hour plus long run. So we're going back to an hour and 3/4, but we are making this one count. If you remember, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we did 10 by 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, and I was doing those over and under marathon effort. Today, we're doing 10 by 4 minutes on, 2 minutes off. So suddenly we're gaining 10 minutes worth of quality there within the 60-minute window of the long run, and then I'll do 25-minute warm-up, 20-minute cool down to make it up to an hour 45. But all of it is going to be as a minimum of a moderate or steady effort. So the warm-up is going to be at a steady intensity, the cool down will be a steady intensity, and the goal for the ons and offs, just like it was 2 weeks ago, is to go slightly over marathon pace and slightly under marathon pace, to have that window relatively close together on paces. But as always, in this early stage, I'm not focusing on running on the flat tarmac, so I am going to be out there on the cycle trail. If you've seen the last 2 or 3 videos, you know exactly what it's all about. The first 3-ish miles are going to be straight downhill, in fact 3.5, and we have a massive uphill to contend with, and then gently uphill back the other side of the cycle track before we get back on to the connecting tracks back home. So splits will be a little bit uneven throughout the run. We'll be looking at gap pace. I'll be trying to focus specifically on the first 3 or 4 reps to be keeping nice and calm and controlled. The uphill will be what it will be, and then on the other side, that's when it all counts. So that's when I'll put in probably a bit more of an effort to try and get those paces over and under marathon effort. In terms of fueling today, I've run out of gel, so we're going back to the good old maltodextrin. I'm going to be mixing 200 grams of this with 200 milliliters of water. It makes kind of like a Morton drink mix consistency. I'll pop that in a soft flask, that'll do the job today. And I'm going to have my caffeine ketone IQ shot before I go, which is going to be any second now. And in terms of shoes, going back today to the Adizero Pro 3, nearly 300 miles in these things already and still going really strong. So that's, I think, all I need to tell you. Let's get out there and get on with it. Right, here we go then. So getting the first 25 minutes done, which, if it's anything like last time, we'll start on the downhill before we get to the cycle track. I'm feeling good this morning, way too much adrenaline. Just watched the men's marathon before I came out. First of all, huge shout out to Tola. Wow, he did exactly what he did at New York. He dropped the hammer, no one could catch him. Fair play, I'm sure it was New York. He waited for that hill, clearly, used it to his advantage. Incredible. Emil, you did, excuse me, I'm not getting emotional. Emil, you did the UK proud, mate. That was 4th place. You went, you were patient, got into a medal position, people went past you, you rallied, insane. 4th place, the future is bright. And the American lads, Connor and Clayton, well, you've just seen my video if you have, on Clayton's training, top 10 finish, and that finish line, he was absorbing all of that. He was everybody. You can imagine what that must have felt like. That's what dreams are made of. So yeah, I've come out here with a little bit of an adrenaline high. And as for me, still feeling like the adrenaline's flowing, just over 3 miles. I'm within 5 minutes of hitting the lap button and getting going on this thing. But feeling good this morning, poppy, lively, heart rate's a bit high, but to be expected, right? I've had more time off than usual this week, rested more. I train hard, I rest hard, I eat hard as well. So yeah, but honestly, legs feel very live, very bouncy, a bit dangerous at this stage of a long run when you know you've got a long way to go, because you know, these things can change in the blink of an eye. So I'm just trying to keep a lid on it. Having said that, I'm at 6:42 average pace, and this is probably the fastest moderate section I've done with these first few hills in to get to the workout. So I'm definitely shifting. I said to you this morning, quality over quantity, but yeah, moving quite fast already. Here we go, we've hit the downhill before the cycle track. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So I don't know if you saw that, but that was 6:43 for the first 25 minutes moderate effort. Really good. Right, first one done. I won't check in after everyone. I'll wait now until we get to the bottom of the hill, so we'll get another 2, maybe 3 done. Just a note on the shoes. John Broome from the Two Running Brooms said it best. The Adios Pro 3 get better with age. They're like a fine wine. And I've got to say, he is absolutely spot on. Not only do they have a great channel, but he is full of wise words too. Honestly, these are, in fact today might take him over 300 miles. If not, they'll be very close. And if you said to me right now, would you run a marathon in them? I'd absolutely say yes. More so than I would have at 100 miles. They really do break in nicely. So I'll float this and I'll see you at the bottom of the hill. Right, here we go on rep 4. Take rep 3s, run and float with a pinch of salt with the GPS. The float pace was faster, apparently, than the rep pace. But yeah, going really well so far. First bit of fuel, don't know how far we are in, but now apparently I'm running 6:45 per mile pace. So yeah, GPS is a bit sketchy down here. On to rep 4. This is going to be half flat, half up. I got it wrong. That fourth one was all flat. This fifth one is going to be 100% uphill. We'll try and block this one out. Okay, so on the 6th float now. So that 5th one was all uphill, and somehow I managed to run sub 7 pace. It's insane. I had to ease off on the float, 5th float very slightly. That was still uphill, but good to clock that 6th one sub 6, because that was a bit up and then a bit down. So now we're on the side of the cycle track that is all uphill. There we go, 9 done, just on the 9th float, 1 more. The trouble now is, on this last one, I'm gonna get back to where we started, which is on the downhill, and go past it, which means this last one is gonna have that horrific uphill in it. So we go by effort, we don't chicken out, and we finish this one strong. So a bit of perspective, I had 30 seconds to go 2 weeks ago, and now I have over 2 minutes. This is the hill in Paris. Make or break. Done, but we must keep floating. Oh, wow, 6:12 I think that was, with that hill in it. What a way to finish. I don't know if you can see that, but that at the top there says 6:17 per mile. It was 6:16 as soon as I finished. So the moderate cool down will slow it down a bit, but honestly, that could go down as one of the best long run workouts I've ever done in terms of pacing, consistency, hitting those paces up the other side of the cycle track. The downs look impressive, but they take care of themselves. To hit that pace up that big hill and then kick on from there up the other side, low 6s, late 5s, I genuinely, I'm beyond grateful. I'm so grateful to feel like this. So yeah, I have no words. I'll just waffle if I keep talking now. Let's get the cool down done. See you back at home. So there we go, a long run done. That's what I call a successful long run. Now, of course, I went out there and, 11 weeks out, I just had a really good week. We've had a week off now with the holiday. It's so tempting to go out there and run for a long period of time to really start to build those long runs up. But I really am trying to be a bit more sensible. I understand that would be quite a big injury risk and massive fatigue built on one run after a week off, and then if I try and go into next week logging some decent miles, it's just not going to do me any favours. So as I said at the beginning, I went for quality over quantity today, and it really paid dividends. Sometimes you need these shorter, sharper long runs, and I've got to be honest with you, that could be possibly one of the best long run workouts I've ever done. I know it's on the slightly shorter side, but I still class that definitely as one of the best. In previous blocks when I've done these over-unders, I've kind of had a bit too much of a gap in between these kind of over marathon paces and under. So I really tried 2 or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, in the 10 by 3 on 3 off to keep those paces close together. And again, I managed that today, thankfully. And I was just really pleased with, although I had a load of adrenaline starting because of that marathon and watching that, I've got to be honest with you, coming up the other side, the first 3 or 4 take care of themselves. When you hit that hill and then got to climb up the other side, that's when it really counts. And to be able to hold that sort of roughly that 20-30 second gap between the 2 overs and unders all the way to the end was really, really pleasing. Yes, there were a couple that were slightly over that, but most of them were there or thereabouts. And just to be able to finish the way I did up that hill, it's just really, really pleasing, really, really happy. So that will now hopefully springboard me nicely into next week. I'm going to be ordering some gels this week. Just a reminder, X Miles, you can get FOD10 discount code for your gels at X Miles. I'm going to be ordering some this week. I've got to get stocked up to start practicing with what I want to use on race day. So long runs will be back this weekend in earnest, and of course mileage going up. I've got a couple of days at the end of the week which I'm not sure where I'm going to be fitting runs in due to travelling and stuff, but otherwise we're back on track this week. So excited to get some more big miles logged and really start to build up and get us ahead of steam as we hit September. So we'll leave this one there, guys. I really appreciate your support on these training videos and long run videos. It means a lot. If you enjoyed this one, please do give it a like, share it with your friends, and of course subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'll see you on the next one.